Wednesday morning, it's McCollum on Business. I'm Stephen McCollum. And for the next 30 minutes or so, I'm going to get you updated on what's happening around the business world. Big news over there in the Middle East. We'll get you updated on that. And of course, Market Watch, stocks we're paying attention to, local and national stories that you need to know as well. And let's not delay it all. Let's get right into it with the Market Watch. Appreciate those of you that have been tuning in here lately to the TME Media AZ on YouTube. We've been telling you for a while. You want to like and subscribe to that page to catch our programming there as well. And appreciate those of you that have found it and subscribed to it as well. And growing audience here on that side, of course. We appreciate you if you're on Robat TV right now as well. Well, look at this. The Dow Jones is up 583 points right now, 49,860. Getting awfully close to that 50,000 range here coming up. S&P 500 is up 52 points, 73.20 for the S&P 500. Then you can move over right into the NASDAQ as well, which that is delayed here coming up for me for some reason. But the NASDAQ is up today as well, 255 points to 25,581. The Russell 2K is up 1 point right now to 2863. All big rallies today, including Bitcoin staying above that 80,000 level these last 2 days. 81,580 right now for Bitcoin. Well, it's all because these company reportings have all been going well, but mainly Iran deal progress here between the U.S. and Iran. China came out this morning and basically said this war needs to end immediately. And then, so there is some hope on an Iran deal progress out there. Oil is retreating today. And we have a gas story as of yesterday for you coming up as well. So oil prices today have fallen more than 6% because it looks like there's a deal coming up here with China's pressure on their side on Iran as well. So all the oil stocks are way down today. They're not affecting the market at all out there, but oil prices themselves way down as well in terms of the market. And maybe that means we'll see some lower gas prices around. Because I was driving around yesterday and today, and woo, is that gas price shot up here recently as well. So stocks we are paying attention to right now, well, Advanced Micro Devices. You know them as AMD. If you are familiar with this computer space, 18.57% up here today. Well, they issued strong guidance coming up for them. AMD is calling for second quarter revenue of $11.2 billion. And they say that's plus or minus $300 million. Now, the analyst expectation, only $10.52 billion. Not a shocker here with what's happening with AI devices and them having a stellar future coming up here. First quarter results for AMD also surpassed expectations on both lines. And so the future guidance is the big thing here. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, up 18.47%. right now. And then we got Super Microcomputer. This is a server maker out there. Obviously makes a lot of servers and cases, etc. for AI stuff. They're up 17.71% right now. Their expectations for fourth quarter profit, well, they put the range out of 65 to 79 cents per share. Analysts only expected 55 cents per share. So it's blowing, at least the guidance number is blowing the expectation way out of the water. In their third quarter, Super Micro posted adjusted earnings of 84 cents per share. Expectation was only 62 cents per share. Their revenue came in at $10.24 billion. Well, on the analyst side, they expected $12.39 billion in revenue. So missed on the revenue, blew away the earnings per share side, but their guidance also way up as well. 16.28% for Super Microcomputer here today. And then let's look at a traditional company out there, just meaning one that's been around for a long time. Yeah, let's look at Disney as of right now. They're up 7.23%. Walt Disney Company is. Well, their fiscal second quarter revenue did beat analysts' expectations. Now, what led to that big beat there? Well, strong performance from the company's streaming and their theme park business. The theme park business has always been kind of the bread and butter for Walt Disney Company. It did falter a little bit there for a few years, but the streaming side was losing a ton of money just a couple years ago. They've managed to turn that around. and now their streaming side is also driving their profitability. So Walt Disney Company up 7.17% here today as well on this Wednesday. Later on, when we come on back, we're going to look at Corning. They're a glass maker is what their main business is. CVS Health and even Uber's in the news today as well. So we'll talk about those three companies coming up as well. And folks, let's talk gas prices. Driving around yesterday and even this morning coming in to the studio, I saw 4.99 at least out by my place, and even down here we're basically just north of the airport here, and right here 4.99 in this area as well. And yesterday, well, the national average price for regular gasoline, well, it went above $4.50 per gallon yesterday. Yeah, that's the national average. We know we're above that out there. And but today, huge drop, 6% drop in oil. So will we? How fast will we see that at our gas pumps here over the next couple of days? Is it going to be longer? Yeah, AAA reported the national average for regular gas is at $4.53. Well, let's do it this way: 4.536, because they always add that extra digit on there for the they don't round up or down. So $4.53 basically as of Wednesday. That's up more than 5 cents from Tuesday, which was $4.483 on average. 5 cents up in one day. If you're asking how close are we getting to the record gas prices, well, that was $5.016 there. That was back in June 14th, 2022. Yeah, that of course, different president at that time, and a lot of people, kind of point to that if you want to get into the politics side. But we're inching up closer to that high level, is my point here. Now, I don't think we'll get there with gas prices. The Iran war seems to be ending. Gas prices down 6% today, at least oil prices are. So, what does that mean for gas here, of course? No shocker here. California, their AAA California is saying their average price for regular gas as of Wednesday was $6.16, way above every other state out there. Why is that important to those of us in Arizona? Well, if you're planning a vacation here after school gets out to California, be prepared for that expense coming your way. If you want to go lower prices, well, if you're in Oklahoma, which I know some of you watch us from Oklahoma, Mississippi, Louisiana, well, they're just under the $4 mark on the national average as well for those specific states. Now, there's a ton of states averaging more than $5 per gallon. We're not quite there yet here in Arizona, but now keep in mind this is all regular fuel, but we're right on that cusp. Alaska, they're at $5.18. Nevada's at $5.23. That was the thing. When I was up in Las Vegas a couple weeks ago, I knew Las Vegas was going to be more expensive, but it was a lot more expensive than here in Arizona, especially Kingman area as well. Oregon's at $5.33. Hawaii's at $5.65. Washington's at $5.74 up there in the Pacific Northwest. So, give you an idea, as of yesterday, now we'll see what happens today with, as I said, oil prices dropping 6% here early this morning. As huge optimism that the Iran United States war is coming to an end here fairly soon as well. Even though I did see the president this morning, President Trump, say, if they don't accept this, we will bomb them out of existence. He didn't say that this time. But he basically said they're about to get hit with a ton of stuff if they don't do it. But the big pressure on Iran this morning, China is not just basically, China is telling Iran to wrap this thing up. This is hurting China's economy because they get a lot of their oil from Iran as well. So I don't know. This story here now is kind of an intriguing one to me. Unintended consequences tends to get me with these types of stories, and we're talking about the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. They came out this week. They announced its first authorization of fruit-flavored electronic cigarettes. Now, they are intended for adult smokers, but a lot of kids get their hands on them, especially when they go fruit-flavored things as well, teenagers, etc. Now, the FDA doing this is a major policy shift, and it comes after months of appeals to the administration and to Donald Trump from the vaping industry out there. The decision, well, it's going to be opposed by health groups. No shocker there. Parent organizations are going to oppose this. All of them are going to get behind this. because they've all long pointed to flavors as the driver behind underage vaping here in the United States. Yeah, nobody wants a nicotine flavored vape, right? They want the bubble bubble gum and things to that effect. The federal action here now comes as teen vaping rates have dropped to a 10-year low, and manufacturers have pushed the Trump administration to loosen restrictions on their products. Unintended consequences if you go to these flavors, right? So vaping companies, they have been out there making their case that their products can actually help people, adults, from stop smoking cigarettes, because they can switch over to the vapes, and they say eventually just stop vaping altogether as well. Smoking is still blamed for 480,000 U.S. deaths annually due to cancer, lung disease, the other things attributed to smoking, heart disease, for instance. So these vapes, they've been sold in the U.S. since 2007, but all of their potential benefits to stop smoking, the big overshadowing of these products has been the uptick among middle and high school students with these vapes. The newly authorized e-cigarettes, well, they're going to come in some flavors here: mango, blueberry, two varieties of menthol as well as the flavors authorized to come out. So previously, the FDA had only granted permission to tobacco or menthol flavored vaping products. The FDA reiterated that the vapes are only intended for adults interested in quitting or cutting back on cigarettes. So a policy change, unintended consequences here on the backside. We'll have to pay attention to that out there as well. But parents especially, pay attention to your kids and their friends out there. What is coming down this pipeline? Hey, airlines, traveling season's coming up. We know airlines are struggling with gas prices. We just lost Spirit Air. I did see that the other budget airlines are hitting up the government as well for some relief here for higher gas prices. That's still ongoing. We told you about that here at McCollum on Business a couple weeks ago. Well, airlines are also looking at other things in their service. For instance, Delta Airlines, where they're going to actually expand snack and drink service on a bunch of their flights, but they're also going to cut service out on the smaller flights out there. Yes. The changes are set to take effect May 19th if you have a short flight here with Delta. This could mean Arizona, right? Phoenix to Las Vegas is going to be affected by this. Arizona, Phoenix to LA, short, hour long flight as well. So we got to pay attention here. If you're getting on a flight, might not get service. So if you are flying on Delta Maine or Delta Comfort, you will no longer receive food or drinks on flights of 350 miles or less. So those are typically lasting under an hour in terms of those flights. Delta emphasized that passengers flying first class, well, you'll still receive your full service no matter how far the flight is. The airline said about 9% of its daily flights are actually going to lose service under this new policy. The Delta, well, they're actually expanding full snack and beverage service. So this includes alcoholic drinks, snack options as well, more of them, to more routes coming up as well on the same May 19th date. The airline said 14% of its flights will gain upgraded service, part of its broader push, because they want to standardize the passenger experience across its network of its daily flights there, which they have about 5,500 daily flights that Delta does. So I'm just a big fan of stopping in the airport after you go through security, grab yourself a bottle of something, grab yourself a big old bag of snacks, overpay for it, get on the plane, and then you're set for the entire flight. That's more my way of flying as well. So now, big news here, right? We have another company in the $1 trillion valuation range. Samsung Electronics. Yep. They have officially had their market valuation top $1 trillion. Yeah, their shares yesterday were through the roof, but also their shares have quadrupled over the past year, all because of booming demand for the chips because of artificial intelligence. So this happened, the $1 trillion valuation happened as their shares rallied to 14% yesterday on the stock market. I'm sorry, 14% overnight in pre-market trading. I apologize. Not even yesterday, this morning. So it's the only second Asian firm after Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing to hit that $1 trillion mark. So if we look into the recent past here, well, Samsung Semiconductor's arm brought in historic profit over the March quarter. They killed expectations, had a 48-fold jump because of that AI data center orders, delivered hefty margins. Analysts do expect that division to build on that record-breaking profit over the next several quarters, all because those contract prices, well, they continue their upward trajectory because of limited supply in that industry. And then, of course, we had talked about this on McCollum on Business. Apple, they held exploratory discussions about using Samsung to produce the main processors for its devices in the U.S. That would offer a secondary option behind Apple's long-term partner, Taiwan Semiconductor, as well. So, $1 trillion valuation. I thought it happened late yesterday. Apparently, it happened this morning as the market was opening. $1 trillion, another company in that $1 trillion valuation as well. And I ate at this place yesterday for lunch, and I made a comment to the person I was eating with. I said, "Hey, you're not happy?" Because I got tacos, and I was like, "Oh, they missed one of those tacos with the pinto beans. I only got like 4 pinto beans in one of the tacos." And I made the comment not to them, to a person I was with. I said, "Well, the CEO says that we can just ask for more." I didn't. They overcompensated with other things. But Chipotle is what we're talking about. Their CEO doubled down on a promise that customers can always get larger portions if you simply ask, folks. Yeah. Well, nobody on social media is buying it or anything. They're all coming out and saying, bullcrap. Here's my question on it. Why do we have to ask? Why don't you just do it? Why do we have to ask? Yeah, so he was on a podcast here, Yahoo Finance's Power Players podcast. The CEO was. His name is Scott Boatwright, by the way, the CEO of Chipotle. He told the host there of that podcast that if customers think their portions are getting smaller, they should, quote, ask for a little more. He went on to say, "It has always been our brand ethos, and it is still to this day. We serve big, beautiful bowls and burritos. Full stop. No questions asked." That's what the CEO said. He went on to say, "If you want more, just ask the team member. I promise you, there's never a team member on that line that's going to say no," unquote. Well, he's wrong on that because I have seen team members tell people no. Yeah. Or, it'd be an extra charge. So he's completely wrong on that statement there. And that's why social media is all over him for saying that as well. And like I said, it's not that hard. Just train them to put more meat in there. Why do we have to ask? I don't know. Chipotle controversy. I ate there yesterday. I eat there probably every couple weeks, by the way, as well. So it's part of the fun. How much food are we going to get? Too much or too little is the question you always have to ask yourself there as well. Hey, when we come back here at McCollum on Business, we keep it going. Buc-ee's is going to open this summer. We know that for a fact. If you're looking for a job, you're in the West Valley, because if you're in the East Valley, don't apply to Buc-ee's. It's going to be one heck of a drive for you. But if you're interested in a job, you're in the West Valley, well, it's ongoing right now. You have to act fast, but they are hiring. We'll give you that information coming up. Plus, some different gasolines out there available as of Friday. Gas stations, pay attention if you have an older vehicle. We're going to go to an expert there to tell us what could happen to your older vehicle. That, Market Watch, stocks we're paying attention to, and more. Come on back. Wednesday's edition, McCollum on Business. Come on back. Here, McCollum on Business Wednesday edition. Appreciate you joining me. Of course, I'm Stephen McCollum, and we're live 7 a.m. Robot TV, of course, YouTube. You want to follow the production YouTube page out there, folks. TME Media AZ. You'll find all new stuff coming up. We have new plans for those sites as well on some shorts out there that you might be interested in. Lots of discussions happening here fast and quickly, and especially as the summer is coming up as well. We are going to get our TME Media website out there. We're working on getting that developed. It's going to be some exciting times around here. And we appreciate everything you do to support us. So follow TME Media AZ on YouTube. Those of you that don't like YouTube, we can catch all of our products on demand on Rumble as well, including the Real Matrix that you just saw the preview on as well. The Angry Patriot cannot believe your guys' support for his program, both on Rumble and on the podcast systems every Friday at noon. Rumble.com/user/TME Media. Also on your podcast systems out there, just search the Angry Patriot or the Real Matrix Angry Patriot. It'll come right up for you there as well. The numbers have been skyrocketing up here over the last week or so, 2 weeks or so. And the Angry Patriot wants to let you know, he just wants you to come with an open mind as they get you set up on things happening in the world out there. But we put all of our programming on demand on Rumble as well. And as soon as we're done here, we get this program up on demand on the YouTube page, Rumble as well. And then we move into the main event coming up here, 8 to 10 a.m. live, Robot TV live, the YouTube page as well now, folks, just like this program's on TME Media AZ as well. For instance, Ann chimes in and says, the gas prices rise fast, but fall slowly. And that's the question. They gone up quickly because I just see it by the Safeway by my house. And as I drive in, I drive by a Quick Trip that you can notice the big changes. So with a 6% fall today, that's what I'm wondering. Will it go back to like 489 or something tonight? Or is there a slower delay out there? Ann also says, love my hybrid. Every car should be a hybrid, in my opinion. But it does surprise me how many people don't understand what hybrids are. I get asked that question a lot as I drive around and talk to people with my cars and stuff like that. Because I've had hybrids for years. Can't get enough of them out there. Then Papa Mike says, good morning, Stephen. I'm late, but here now. Start over, sir. Papa Mike, that's where you can catch us on demand. And just watch the beginning of the show that you missed, sir, as well. Coming up, we'll have it posted. Usually it takes about 20 minutes, 30 minutes before it gets posted, as we have to upload them and transfer them around and stuff like that. But it is up there for you. Everything's on TME Media AZ. Everything's on Rumble, rumble.com/user/TME Media. And like I said, TME Media AZ, share us with your friends and as well subscribe to it and get alerted when our new programming does go up as well. I had two conversations yesterday with people wanting to come and do some short stuff, meaning not full hour-long shows or 2-hour-long shows, smaller shows out there. We're throwing some ideas out there as well, and some excitement and heat hitting TME Media here coming up as well. Follow us, TME Media AZ, as well on X, along with our shows out there. TME Media AZ, that's just our parent company. It tells you what we're doing around here, what we have coming up, etc., what's been in the past as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to want to stay on board with us as we go forward. And with all that being said, let's get right back into that Market Watch. I even forgot to mention the pit stop coming out today by 2 o'clock tonight. Racing show. We look back to Texas Motor Speedway last weekend. We look ahead to racing this weekend. IndyCar's back on the track, so look for that on demand, YouTube, Rumble later on today. And, of course, the Pit Stop Talk on your favorite podcast system. Can't miss it out there. Dow Jones is up 577 points right now. S&P 500's up 60 as we are talking. The NASDAQ's up 293 points right now for the tech-heavy index. Russell 2K, the small-cap index, is up 1 point right now. Just moved to 2 points for them. Bitcoin, well, 81,650 up right now. It looks like it's above that 80,000 range here for the last 3 days. It hit it over the weekend, came back down on Monday. Maybe we're finally done with those 60,000 levels here as we move forward on a Bitcoin as well. Stocks we're paying attention to right now. Well, let's talk about Corning out there. They're a glass maker. You've heard of Corning Incorporated. Well, they're up 9.59% now. They announced a deal with NVIDIA. Well, they're going to build three new manufacturing facilities in North Carolina and Texas. The facilities will help develop optical technologies for NVIDIA. It's also going to increase Corning's optical manufacturing capability by 900%. Yeah, big deal here for Corning with NVIDIA. That's why they're up 9.47% right now. Next up, well, let's go pharmacy here and we'll go CVS Health out there. They are up today 7.87%, better than expected results for their first quarter. CVS earned an adjusted $2.57 per share. The expectation was only $2.20 per share. They had revenue of $100.43 billion. Expectation was only $95.1 billion. Obviously, blew their numbers out of the water. They hiked their full year earnings outlook off of this quarter as well. CVS Health up 7.81% right now. And then there's Uber. Uber is doing something interesting today. It's up 7.07% right now. Well, their first quarter revenues came in lower than expected as well. They reported $13.2 billion in revenue. Analysts expected $13.29 billion. So didn't miss it by much, several $100 million, but did miss it there as well. But they're still up 7.10% right now. Their guidance for the current quarter did come in better than expected. The company beat estimates slightly on earnings as well. So the revenue side barely missing, but nobody's paying attention to that. Uber's up 7.14% right now today as well. Tons of earnings out there for a bunch of companies. As you can imagine, with oil prices doing what they're doing today, 6% drop here as of showtime at 7 o'clock here on oil prices. All the oil companies' stocks are way down. ConocoPhillips is down like 7% here today. Things to that effect. Obviously, oil prices dropping affect those companies out there. But markets kind of on a rebound today based off of it's looking more and more promising as of this morning. The Iran war is going to end. Let's get into some local stories here as we keep rolling. And don't forget, TME Media AZ is where you can find us out there as well and support us and share us with your friends. 7 o'clock, as long as markets are open or we announce we have to move it to time or move it forward. And folks, I'm just telling you, this show here, we've had some opportunities with people to help us out and come on board. So this show is going to be doing some changes here coming up for the exciting side of things as well. And if we keep on rolling on that side. So now we know that out in the West Valley, the far West Valley for most of us, Arizona's first Buc-ee's is opening up. It's set to open up this, I believe it's June, but it's this summer here. But it's obviously looking for employees ahead of its opening day. June 22nd is the opening day schedule here, according to their website there. It's going to be I-10 and Bullard Avenue over there in Goodyear. Well, they're looking to hire a bunch of people there. A mass hiring event is going on 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It started yesterday and it goes through Thursday. Why do you have to act now if you're interested? Well, it's happening at Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, but you can't just show up and expect an interview. You do have to be invited for that interview as well. Now, Bucky says it's going to hire for positions including cashier, food service, groceries, gift, janitorial, basically all of their stuff, including maintenance as well. They'll pay from $18 to $23 per hour. You will get 3 weeks paid time off the second you start as well. So, invitation only, as I said. Why do you have to act now? Well, you have to apply on the Buc-ee's website to be considered for the event. Doesn't mean they won't talk to you outside of the event. But if you're looking at today or tomorrow, go on the Buc-ee's website. You can't miss it. It's a big, huge thing on the front there for this mass hiring event. So act now if you want to interview and have a chance there for that job out there at the Buc-ee's. Then President Trump, we talked about gas prices and the average price there at the top of the show. Well, President Trump, his administration has been doing everything they can do to drive down fuel prices, obviously. as they've gone up here with this Iran war situation. Well, President Trump has approved the cheaper blend of gasoline. This is that E15 gasoline that's out there. Many Arizona gas stations began selling the fuel last Friday, and so you can save some money in theory with it. But some people knowledgeable with cars are warning drivers to be very cautious in using it. Let's go to AAA here, Mountain West spokesperson. His name's Doug Johnson. He says the blend has more ethanol and less gasoline in it. So he's saying that could cause problems in older vehicles. Now, he doesn't give what's an older vehicle. Are we talking the 70s vehicles that are still out there, 80s vehicles? My 1989 Toyota Corolla, will that be affected by it? Doesn't really say a time frame, but he does say, quote, it could create extreme problems for your fuel line and for your engine. Yeah, so he says, think about putting diesel. He said, think about putting diesel into regular gasoline, and that's the type of damage he's saying could happen to older cars as well. So just, I don't know anything about it. I don't know how much it affects it. I'm just telling you, an expert there, AAA Mountain Region, is saying that as well. Yeah, E15 is about 10 to 15 cents cheaper than regular gas. And the E15 blend can provide slightly better mileage in some vehicles as well. So just wanted to make you aware if you see that out there, the E15. I Google search what range, what older engines. Are we talking carbureted engines? Are we talking our older cars 20 or 2000 cars? Are they older vehicles that we need to worry about on that? Just be aware of it here. And that's what we do here is we educate you here on McCollum on Business as well. And then there's a couple of new studies out there, kind of, we'll say competing studies out here. And it's all about the Phoenix Metro and one thing that we're really good about adding, and that's co-working spaces. We're over here at the 44th and Thomas area, and I swear you could throw a rock and hit 17 co-working spaces in this area. Yeah. One analysis comes from a co-working management platform called Yardi Kube, and the other one is from the Co-working Cafe, which we do reference a lot here on this program as well. So now Co-working Cafe does belong to the Yardi family. So they are owned by the same, they're all part of the same family, but two different networks. So they do actually differ slightly in their numbers. But they do both show a significant jump in co-working space since last year. So one of them has us ranking number 12 among U.S. metros in this space. So Yardi Kubi's study counted 20 new co-working locations added in Phoenix over the past year. So they say we have 175 total of them. That would be a 13% increase according to that study. Co-working Cafe, well, their current count is at 177 co-working spaces by the end of the first quarter. So they could be the 2 or 3 off there just because one ended the count in January, one ended the count at the end of the quarter as well. At 177, 175, depending on the study. Co-working places out there, folks. Both studies measured the total space in the Phoenix Metro to be about 3.4 million square feet, which is about a 17% increase since quarter one 2025, according to that Yardi Kube study there as well. So if you need office space, you don't need a building yourself and all that, you don't need all these other frills, well, co-working space is popular out there, folks. And I've been in I was looking at a couple of them there for a little bit and just looking at the options that I had for some things. And you go in there, they're packed with stuff in there now. Now, this last story, folks, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not rubbing it in because of gas prices. I'm really not. This is more of a story for me and people like me, meaning us EV drivers out there. The Walmart out by me, they've had them for a while now, but Walmart is adding electric vehicle charging stations at stores throughout the country. Several are coming up here in the Phoenix metro area. So the first chargers here in Arizona became available back in November. Yeah, the one out by me at Signal Butte and US 60, they've had them for several months. I don't know when they put them in, but they've been there for a long time now. Yeah, 7 locations across the East Valley currently have them. Tempe, Mesa, Apache Junction, Queen Creek. Future chargers are planned for Santan Valley and South Phoenix, also coming up. You notice the trend here? East Valley locations for these chargers. So Walmart had a statement out and it said its goal is to make charging as convenient and as easy as routine trip to Walmart customers so they can charge their vehicles while shopping and will be notified when charging is complete. It's going to be for any type of charger except for some older Tesla models, which is true in most public chargers. They won't have pricing, no credit card swiping things on the Walmart site. You have to use the Walmart app to access it and get the pricing at the moment. Most of these places charge different electricity at different times, kind of like what your house electricity does as well. They are faster ones as well, 400 kilowatt levels, so they're not the slow ones as well. So they have all the connectors, the CSS, CCSs, the NACSs, etc. Systems there as well. So most electric vehicles will be allowed to charge on here. Japanese EVs using that special charger they have, you won't be able to do. And like I said, older Teslas. So before, I want to say 2020, those chargers are a little bit different and nobody supports those anymore as well. So the speed of these, well, 400 kilowatts is what it can go up to. It's relevant to your car. It's dual charge as well. So if another person uses your charger, it cuts it in half to 200. But that's going to mean it's going to charge your battery in about 15, 30 minutes while you're inside shopping as well out there. So now, like I said, through the Walmart app to get the price, to pay for it, to do it. And I love the app side of it. When you go to a public charger, you just click a couple buttons and your car's charging as well. So there you go, folks. Walmart adding a lot of that. And you'll see that if you go to a Walmart out there. And I'll say this. I've said two things in my life, even before I owned the EV. If I was a gas station, I would have a couple electric vehicle chargers on there as well. That's what you do. You want people to stop and fill up their car. Go inside, buy some stuff, have a couple lots. There is a Valero out by me, gas station, that does have a couple chargers. And I've used it multiple times. It's a beautiful thing. I would do that if I owned gas stations. Then number two, if I was a shopping mall, things to that effect, like the Santan Mall, for instance, has one charger on the parking lot that you can use while you go shopping. If you're a mall, a Walmart, a Target, where people are going to go in, Costco, have electric chargers outside. People will come and shop at you, charge while they're inside walking around. You can make money on that as well. To me, it's a no-brainer. I don't know why more people don't do it, to be honest with you out there. But my bias, I guess. Hey, appreciate you joining us here on this Wednesday edition of McCollum on Business. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. as well. We have the main event coming up live, 8 to 10 a.m. as well here. Me and 17-year NFL veteran Del Hellestrade get you caught up on the sports world. Woo-wee, Diamondbacks woke up last night against the Pirates. So come and join us there. If not, if you miss any of our programming, on demand, Robat TV, on demand, YouTube, TME Media AZ, as well as on Rumble, rumble.com/user/TME Media. Folks, follow us on social medias and especially TME Media AZ as well. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great one, and we'll see you at the main event in just a few minutes.